welcome back to the channel. Got myself a great spot here on a nice autumn fall day. So I finally got to the Beast Board Viper review here. We'll go over the specs of the board before we get into the good and the bad. So the deck is the same deck as the Aurora. So I wasn't actually expecting this deck when I got the board. When I ordered it, it was actually the old, small rounded shaped deck. Anyway, this is the one we've got, so this is one we'll review. It looks like this is the only sort of longboard deck that they're offering, apart from the wooden one on the Apache. They might have renamed that, I'm not sure. And then you've obviously got the mini deck as well. So 7 layers of Canadian maple and 1 layer of bamboo on this one. So the deck has a slight W concave, which I quite like. You feel locked in, stable, safe, no complaints on that one. So it's 38 inches long and capable of taking a maximum load of 150 kilos, and it's 9.5 inches wide. So the big value piece on this board is the battery. So it's a 12S4P battery rated at 432 watt hours. They say it's equivalent to a 42 volt, 12.5 amp hour to 13 amp hour. I did ask them about the brand. They said it's equivalent to Chinese Samsung. To me, that means it's unbranded, no big worries at this price range. You can see my range test. The board gets great range, so no problems with the battery. We'll see how that'll hold up in 12, 24 months, no guarantees, but at the price range, it's great. 2 750 watt Hobbywing motors. Good to see a branded motor on there at that price. The wheels are 110 millimeter wind wheels. You'll only find those on the Beast Board. I've done a separate video of those if you want to know more about those too. And max speed of 46 kilometers an hour, 28.5 miles. And the range that they rate is 36 to 46 kilometers, or 22 to 28.5 miles. Alright, so I'll jump into the good. So the first thing I have to point out again is the price point. So full price, without any sale or anything like that, this board comes in at $5.99. I don't think there's a better belt drive on the market at $5.99 or less. If there is and you think you found one, let me know. I'd be really interested to try it and compare it to this board. I think on another good note, the deck, I think it's really comfortable. It feels safe. It's on the stiff side and it can tire out the feet a bit. So you might like a stiffer one or a loose one, up to you. And it does have that W concave. I think that's a plus. Other people might not like that. So the motors are a big plus. They are plenty powerful at this price range, and the Hobbywing, so no complaints there. Battery is huge for the price range. Batteries certainly haven't got cheaper over the last couple of years, so it's good to see. And check out my range test if you want to see how this one performs. I'll just say it's good and it's on a plus. Another plus is the replacement parts are pretty much all available on the Beast Board website. You don't see that with every brand, so I'm really happy to see that too. If anything goes, you can DIY it yourself and replace it. So going to the bad points of the board, I'll speak further on this on opportunities, but I do think the first speed mode on the remote is too fast. This only has 3 speed modes, most boards come with 4, and I do think this price range will attract learners. So I do think the first speed mode is a little bit too quick, it accelerates a little bit too fast, and the top speed is up there as well compared to other boards. So I really don't want to see anyone locked into a speed mode that's too fast for them while they're trying to learn. So it's a bad opportunity. To be fair on the board, considering the price range, I don't really see any bad points, only opportunities, which I'll get into next. All right, so to the opportunities and recommendations, I would like to see Beast Board spend a little bit more money on marketing their website. For example, this board has 3 pictures. When I'm a consumer and deciding whether I want to buy a board or not, I want to see as many angles as possible. This board, for example, I didn't get the deck that I ordered, but you also, with the renewed pictures, you can't actually see the concave on any of their boards, which is a big thing for people, and there's no real mention of that in the specs. So I do think that's an opportunity. Just make the website a bit prettier and consumer friendly. I'd like to see them option the board or all their other boards with 90mm wheel offerings, not specifically for my sort of riding, but I know a lot of people prefer street wheels. So the option of taking 90mm generic wheels or Win wheels, most people don't really know much about the Win wheels, so they feel like they're taking a gamble on those anyway. And they're not the prettiest thing either, so yeah, it's something I'd like to see. So Beast Board provides a new ESC that works on this board. However, I see them selling it for $179, which is pretty significant. I think with how long this board has been out, they've really changed the deck. Just upgrade to the Smart ESC. I don't want to jump down and turn on the board when I don't have to with my other boards. And then you could get 4-speed modes and, you know, make a bit of a beginner mode. You don't have to sacrifice any of the other ones. So, all right, so I did do some acceleration tests between the different speed modes on this board as it is. Acceleration is not much different between the 3 speed modes. Part of that could be user error, but it's certainly not significant enough to notice. So maybe make one of those speed modes a little bit slower, and the top one, if it's not as fast as it can, beef up that acceleration a bit. Alright, all up I think the board is great value, and the Beast Board for me, for a belt drive, is the best on the market at this price range. As I said, if you think there's anything better, let me know and I'd love to try it out. But I do think a big value piece or value add there is the fact that you can get local stock in Canada and the United States as well, so you don't have to wait 2 months to get the board. For me it came in a few days, so I was super stoked. So you don't see a lot of boards at this price range with so much value. You've got good motors, Hobbywing-esque, massive battery, and the 110 wheels. If that's the sort of setup you're looking for to get in, there's not too many other boards to compare to. So this board's been out for nearly 2 years now. The only significant thing they've changed is the deck, and I think it was the best value board by far when it came on the market. I think it still is the best value belt-driven board at this price range. I would like to see something come and give them a little bit of competition, especially those bigger manufacturers who have a bit more buying power. I would like to see a revamp of this board, however, with the 90mm wheel option, a revamp of the ESC, and we already have the newer deck, so that part's covered. Maybe cooler grip tape. This isn't the best looking design on there. I'd kind of like to see something smaller, or ditch it all together and put a logo on the bottom. Alright, so if you like the board and you'd like to grab one, please use my affiliate down the bottom. It supports the channel, and if you do put Grizzly in the special instructions, Beast Board have said they would throw in a pair of extra belts that don't actually come with the board. We got a bit of noise in the background, so hopefully this is a bit clearer. If you like the video, like what I do, please give the video a like, consider subscribing, comment anything you want to see in the future down below. Thoughts on the board, if you think of getting one, if you've ridden one, let me know, and I'll catch you on the next one. Cheers, bye.